In many countries the government helps to care for people. Governments give money to workers like doctors and nurses when there enough money. More help is needed after an emergency. 2. Volunteers give this help. Anyone can do voluntary work. Volunteers can be young or old. Many volunteers work with charities that help people all around the world. Some doctors and nurses fly thousands of kilometers to do voluntary work in another country. They work in hospitals or clinics for many weeks or months. They sometimes give vaccinations so that people do not get serious diseases. Every year in the USA about 62 million people do voluntary work. About 8 million volunteers are 16 to 24 years old. Listen and practice teaching others. People who teach others do one of the most important jobs. Education helps people to get a better job and to have a better life. Education is important for everyone. When we are very young we know much about anything. Our parents and other people in our family teach us many things at home before we go to school. They help us to eat, walk, talk, and play. They help us as much as possible at the start of our life. Listen and practice at school. School teachers have a very special important job. They get children ready for adult life. School teachers help very young children to read and write and to do art and simple mathematics. They also teach older children subjects like geography, history, science, and languages. Many other people help in school's classroom. Assistants give more help to children who need it. For example, children who are disabled. In some schools cooks make snacks and lunch for children and their teachers. Playground assistants help children to stay safe when they are in the playground. Sadly, many people in the world have a good education today. Only about 82% of people who are more than 15 years old can read and write. Listen and practice at college and university. Education just for children. After school many young people go to college or university. Some people go to college or university when they are older adults. Others study different subjects at home after work. Professors teach college and university students many different subjects from architecture to zoology. One of the most popular university subjects is law. Professors need to know a lot about their subject so that they can help students to do well and get better jobs through life. One of the biggest universities is Indira Gandhi National Open University in India. It has about 2 million students. Listen and practice. Volunteer teachers all around the world. There are volunteer teachers doing voluntary work is a wonderful way to see new places and meet new people. Volunteers also help many children and adults to learn information that can help them through their life. Volunteer teachers work in different ways. Some volunteers move to another country to teach there for a few months or years. Others stay in their own country. Maybe they go to a school for just 1 or 2 hours a week to help young children with subjects like reading and mathematics. Maybe they teach their language, for example French, Spanish or English, to people who move there from another country. Education stop after college or a university. Trainers teach workers new information, for example information technology or a new language to help them to do their job better. Education really is for life. Listen and practice. Growing food. Some people are lucky because they have many different types of food to eat. In other places people always grow or buy all the food that they need. Many people work to try to provide food for everyone. Healthy food helps people to stay well because it has lots of important nutrients. When people grow food they help themselves and other people too. Some people have a garden or other land where they can grow fruit and vegetables for family and friends. Maybe they provide all the food that they all need, but they can help farmers grow most of the food that people eat. In Asia farmers grow a lot of rice, and in Europe they grow a lot of wheat. In North America farmers grow a lot of corn. Farmers also grow vegetables like potatoes, carrots and onions, and fruits like apples, oranges and bananas. Some farmers raise animals so that people can eat meat like chicken and beef. Listen and practice. Not enough food. People in some parts of the world have as much food as they need to be healthy. People in other parts of the world have enough to eat, and sometimes they are so hungry that they can die. In some places people grow crops because the weather is too hot and dry or too wet. This often means that they have enough to eat. Sometimes people buy food because of a war or a natural disaster like a bad storm. Maybe food is too expensive and people have enough money to feed themselves and their families. Around the world more than 1 billion people have enough food. Without food and water people can die after only 4 weeks. Listen and practice helping hungry people. Many people work to help others who have enough food. Some charities give people seeds so that they can grow food. Experienced farmers teach other farmers how to grow the strongest, healthiest crops like corn or sugarcane. Some charities help farmers to become fair trade farmers. Fair trade farmers usually sell their crops straight to stores and supermarkets so that the farmers get more money. This helps them to buy more seeds and to grow more food. Now scientists are even making seeds that can grow with little water. In some countries scientists have learned to make rain. They put special chemicals into very cold clouds. Listen and practice. Water for everyone. Our planet Earth and almost everything on it needs water. Without water plants, animals and people would die. In some places a lot of water, in other places there enough water, and this makes life very difficult. A lot of water is used for farming. Crops need water to grow and animals drink water in industry. People use water to help machines to work and so that they can make the things that we need and enjoy. Water is also important at home. We drink water, we use water to wash ourselves clothes and dishes and to clean the home. We also use water when we flush the toilet. Listen and practice working with water. Many people work to provide water for farming and industry and for the home. Most of the fresh water that people use comes from rivers, lakes or under the ground. People build reservoirs to store this water. They also build pipes to take it to different places. In places where there are enough water, volunteers sometimes work with local people to build wells to provide water for families. They also help to keep water in wells and springs as clean as possible. Most of water is salt water in the oceans or frozen into ice. Only about 1% can be used by people for drinking, cooking, washing, farming and industry. Listen and practice clean water. If people drink or touch dirty water, they can get very sick. People need clean water to stay healthy. People in richer countries are lucky because they have all the clean water that they need. In the water industry, people use chemicals to clean the dirty water that people have used. In many poor countries, people have no clean water. Every day they have to use dirty water for cooking, drinking and washing. More than 1 billion people have clean water to drink. In some countries, charities give people life straws make dirty water clean and safe to drink. Listen and practice saving water. Today there are about 6 billion people on our planet. Every day there are more. Many people have enough water where they have to travel a long way to collect water. We need to do things now to make sure that people in the future will have enough water. We can all help to save water. Use too much water when you wash your hands and face, brush your teeth and wash the dishes. Turn off the water when you have enough. Put water in the refrigerator so that you have to turn on the water and use lots of it every time you want a cold drink. Take a shower, not a bath. If you have to take a bath, fill the bathtub. Listen and practice. I hate using taxis here. The drivers drive too fast and really dangerously and often rude. The cars are mostly in pretty poor condition, but what I hate the most is that they air condition so hot here. They really need air conditioned taxis. By the time I arrive somewhere, I feel really hot and uncomfortable. Listen and practice. I find the taxis here are okay, pretty comfortable. Most of the cars they use are new and they keep them pretty clean. A little expensive though. I paid $75 to come from the airport. Too expensive. I guess the thing I hate the most though is that the drivers speak English very well. Very difficult to explain to them where you want to go. Listen and practice. The taxis here are okay. I guess the drivers take credit cards. The thing I like most about them, really convenient, but the taxis are pretty old so not very comfortable. Half of them have seatbelts or air conditioning. Listen and practice. Oprah Winfrey is a famous American TV talk show host. 49 million people in 134 countries watch her show every week. She lives in California, but she also has an apartment in Chicago where she works. Oprah is one of the richest women in America. She earns millions of dollars every year. She gives a lot of money to charity. She was born on January 29, 1954 in Kosciuszko, Mississippi. Her parents were very poor. Her father Vernon Winfrey worked in a coal mine and her mother Vernita cleaned houses. They look after Oprah, so she lived with her grandmother Hattie Mae. Oprah was clever. She could read before she was 3 and when she was 17 she received a scholarship to Tennessee State University where she studied drama. She also started reading the news at the local radio station. In 1984 Oprah moved to Chicago to work on a TV talk show called M Chicago. She talked to lots of interesting people about their problems. Oprah says, "Problems are my problems." The show was very successful, so in 1985 it was renamed The Oprah Winfrey Show. In 1993 she interviewed Michael Jackson and 100 million people watched the program. Last year she earned $260 million. In 1998 Oprah started the charity Angel Network. This helps poor children all over the world. In 2007 she opened a special school in South Africa, the Oprah Winfrey Leadership Academy for girls. She says, "When I was a kid we were poor and we have much money, so what did I do? I studied hard. There are 152 girls at the school." Oprah calls them her daughters, the children she have in real life. Listen and practice. Help for refugees. Some emergencies are because of a natural disaster like a tsunami or an earthquake. Others are because of something that people do like fighting in a war. In emergencies people need help very quickly. People become refugees when they have to leave their home in an emergency or when their home is lost. There are millions of refugees in the world. Most refugees have had frightening experiences. They have often lost everything: their home, their job and their school. Maybe they have lost people in their family too. They often live in refugee camps, special places where refugees can live and be safe. Listen and practice. Refugees try to help themselves, but this can be very difficult. They usually need help from others too. Refugees need food, water and somewhere to live. They also need to see a doctor if they have been hurt or if they are sick. Sometimes the government cares for refugees. International organizations like the United Nations usually help too. Charities are also important. Some charities help to build refugee camps and to give refugees food and clothes. Other charities help people who are hurt or sick. Charities also help refugees to go back to their home when safe. Listen and practice. A flight attendant. Many people think a boring job, but I love it. I get To travel all over the world and I meet lots of interesting people. I like that the job is pretty easy really. We work non-stop for the whole flight. We have plenty of time to sit down and take a break on long flights. We can even take a nap. Also the money is very good because all our expenses are paid when working. Listen and practice a new Chinese restaurant just 5 minutes from my house. A very simple place, a little boring inside actually. Just a few tables and an empty room. They need to add more dishes to the menu too. Right now they only serve 4 or 5 things, but all delicious and very cheap. You can get a good meal there for around $15. All the people who worked there were very friendly and helpful, so I left a good tip. Listen and practice. The tsunami in Indonesia 2004. One of the worst natural disasters happened in Indonesia on December 26 in 2004. A huge earthquake under the Indian Ocean caused a giant wave or tsunami that traveled thousands of kilometers across the ocean at great speed. By the end of that day, more than 150,000 people had died. Many thousands more people were hurt and millions of people in many countries lost their homes. Lots of people helped after the tsunami. Families, friends and neighbors helped each other. Many people came from countries all around the world to help. 2 governments sent workers to help and charities sent volunteers. One of the biggest jobs was to clean up the beaches and townspeople saved things like wood and stones to build new homes and buildings. Listen and practice a new Chinese restaurant just 5 minutes from my house. A very simple place, a little boring inside actually. Just a few tables and an empty room. They need to add more dishes to the menu too. Right now they only serve 4 or 5 things, but they and amp. #39. All delicious and very cheap. You can get a good meal there for around $15. All the people who worked there were very friendly and helpful, so I left a good tip. Listen and practice. The earthquake in Haiti 2010. Another terrible natural disaster happened on January 12 in 2010. There was a huge earthquake near Port-au-Prince, the capital of Haiti. More than 250,000 homes were damaged and thousands of other buildings were destroyed. More than 200,000 people died, about 300,000 more people were hurt, and more than 1 million people lost their homes. The people of Haiti worked with many people from other countries who came to help. One of the most important jobs was to care for people who had been hurt and to find people who were lost. Dogs also helped to rescue people from under damaged buildings. People helped to get food and clean water to everyone and medicines to people who were sick. They also made refugee camps for people who had lost their homes. Listen and practice caring for animals. There are more than 6 billion people in the world, but there are very many more animals. Lots of people help animals. Veterinarians or vets care for animals. Some vets work in veterinary centers in towns and cities. People take their pets like cats and hamsters when they are sick or hurt or for vaccinations. Other vets go to farms, wildlife parks and zoos to care for animals. These vets are caring for a snow leopard in a zoo. Snow leopards are very rare. There are only about 400 or 500 wild snow leopards in Asia. Listen and practice. The airport is far away from the city and a pretty horrible place. Very crowded, and there are many facilities there, like stores or restaurants. Anyway, my flight was okay. Continue.